last 6 games, they have been playing well on the offensive end of the floor.
The Hawks in the road black, the defending America East Conference champions. They have a 7-game winning streak in the playoffs. And right off the bat, David Shriver, their big three-point shooter, with the miss. UMBC in the home white with the basketball. The Retrievers looking to advance to their first title game since 19, their third in the last 5 years. And Hartford has earned a berth in the title game each of the last 2 years. L.J. Owens gives it off to Keandre Kennedy, leading scorer for the Retrievers this year. 5th in the conference at 15 points a game. Little pull-up in the lane is too long, and the rebound pulled down on the baseline by Shriver.
Good first defensive set for Hartford. Key for the Hawks tonight, Coach Gallagher said, we want to stop them from shooting threes. You know, we don't mind if they take a lot of two-point shots, but not even Darnell Rogers, the whole team, they want to keep them off that three-point line.
The Hawks beat Albany in the quarterfinals, 61-49, as you mentioned, Paul. The Retrievers over UMass Lowell in overtime at home, 93-85, and the Hawks do convert here on the offensive rebound to take a 2-0 lead.
That's a key for UMBC. They have to be strong in the defensive glass, can't allow second-chance opportunities, or Hartford will win this game tonight.
Jared Kimbrough with the basket, and Nathan Johnson, the junior forward from Adel, Iowa, ties it up at 2.
Johnson has just been such an impact player in the starting lineup and really has become that really kind of mid guy, not a guard, not the big man, but that 3-4 guy that you can really count on. You get your buckets, he shoots free throws well also.
These two teams, and here's the steal as Kimbrough was not ready. L.J. Owens goes coast to coast, and the Retrievers have the lead.
One of those live ball turnovers that you just can't have as Hartford miscommunicates on the pass and L.J. Owens cashes in on the other end.
Owens, a 6'3" senior from Annapolis, Maryland, just down the road here from Baltimore. The transfer from William & Mary, over a 1,000-point scorer in his career. These two teams are the top 2 3-point shooting teams in the conference. The Retrievers lead in percentage. There's a three-pointer for Moses Flowers. Meanwhile, the Hawks lead in most three-pointers per game. It's 5-4 Hartford by 1. Flowers from Dorchester, Mass. All-conference third team, average better than 14 per game. Yao Obeng-Mensah with a mid-range jumper. And the rebound pulled down by Austin Williams. There's Tracy Carter in his 7th season. Over Johnson, no good. Rebound Kennedy. It's pulled away and goes out of bounds off Kimbrough. It'll be UMBC ball.
Interesting early on, too, is that the Retrievers are liking the tempo so far. Hartford's shooting quickly.
Jim Ferry, first-year head coach at UMBC. Big shoes to fill. He's done it. Has the team in the America East Conference semifinals for the 5th straight year. And you talk about seasons and the troughs and the ups and downs. This was a team that was racked by COVID, 24 days off, 15 they couldn't practice in a row, 1-4 in the conference. What a finish this year for UMBC.
You know, and Coach Ferry continuously talks about just getting better as a unit and getting better as a team. And that's what this team has done all year long.
The Hawks now with the basketball and the lead. Here comes Williams on a drive. That's too strong. Kimbrough keeps it alive. Kimbrough getting the start now that Hunter Marks, one of the most efficient offensive players in the country, before he got hurt on this arena and was out for the year. And now Kimbrough, the new starter for the Hawks. And straight away, that is Williams, Flowers for 3. Obeng-Mensah runs the floor for UMBC. Gets his own rebound and puts it up and in.
Still some pass off the glass there by Obeng-Mensah. You know, and the little contact, the referee's letting him play here. And Obeng-Mensah able to finish.
Whatever it takes, pass it off the glass to yourself, who knows? It's championship time. UMBC by 1.
And Gary, that's 2 transition buckets early on for UMBC.
And that's the pace they want to play, no doubt about it. Good give inside for Kimbrough. Rejected by Obeng-Mensah. And a foul called on the backside of that play. It'll be a foul on the big guy for UMBC.
This is just a nice job. It's a great pass. Good position inside. And on the other side, you see the reach in there by Obeng-Mensah to pick up the foul.
That'll send Kimbrough to the line, a 58% free throw shooter. The student section called Hilltop Hysteria, making it difficult for him to shoot, but he hits the first one. Here's John Gallagher, one of the most energetic coaches in the NCAA today. has really done a tremendous job turning this program around.
One of my favorite coaches to cover on the sidelines here in the American East. No question about it.
Kimbrough 2 for 2, and the Hawks back in the lead by 1. What a great series this has been over time, Paul. 22-20 UMBC all time. The Retrievers 4-0 though in postseason play against the Hawks.
How about the history between these two teams? I mean, you go back, and UMBC, of course, when they went to their first NCAA, it was over Hartford in the championship game way back in the day, in 08. And then the other matchups, the 2 overtime thriller here a couple years ago in 2019.
Kimbrough couldn't finish. Good defense by Owens. You talk about that 2019 game. That was one of the greatest games ever, period. We'll have some highlights from that game a little later in the broadcast. Testament to John Gallagher's thought process, and that is he plays his starters all game. I mean, most of those guys, John Miller and the other guys, J.R. Lynch, they played 40-plus minutes in that game. The Hawks here lead it by 1. And they've got the basketball now from right to left. Kimbrough up top. Same starting 5 for the Hawks. The Retrievers have substituted. Shimon Wojcik picks up the loose ball, native of Poland, and he has been a big factor for UMBC down the stretch. Johnson with the 3, and it's 1 and done for the Retrievers.
In my eyes, Wojcik was the key to the overtime win against UMass Lowell. 3 huge defensive plays in the defensive end of the floor to get stops for UMBC in that overtime.
3 blocks in the overtime. Darnell Rogers had a couple of steals. That was a defensive performance for the ages for UMBC. Kimbrough, good patience underneath Wojcik, and the Hawks have a 3-point lead. Here's Owens taking Williams to the basket, and L.J. Owens, an excellent free throw shooter, will be at the line for UMBC. We mentioned David Schreiber as the #1 3-point shooter in the conference, 87 on the season. L.J. Owens is the second leading percentage shooter from 3, and here's Kimbrough underneath.
That's just a nice drop step move to the basket there on Wojcik. Of course, UMBC 79.1% from the free throw line. They're going to set the all-time Retriever record for free throw percentage in a season, and they have been so good from the line. And I tell you, Gary, when you get into tournament situations, that'll be talked about at the end of the game.
Oh, there's no doubt the Retrievers are 12th in the country in terms of free throw shooting. 1 of 2 here for Owens. It's a 2-point lead for the Hawks. Owens averaging 16 points per game in his last 4. He's got a 26-game streak of hitting a 3-pointer, at least 1 per game. Nice takes to the basket on the left side, and it goes. Austin Williams beating his man. It's a 4-point lead.
That first step on Kennedy got past him, and then Keandre just couldn't quite recover, tried to block it, but just couldn't quite get there.
Austin Williams, his first 2. Williams, a transfer from Marist, over 1,000 points in the career. Wojcik from way downtown, and he can hit the 3.
What can the guy do? You know, great, solid defense in the post. He can step his guy out and shoot 3s. He's a huge weapon for UMBC.
Last 4, averaging 22 minutes a game, 12.5 points per game, double digits in 3 of 4. He had 22 against Vermont on this floor earlier in the season. Williams pivots inside for Kimbrough. 7 to shoot here for the Hawks. Kimbrough with Wojcik. Kimbrough over Wojcik. Rebound Wojcik.
You know, again, that 3-headed monster for UMBC. Obeng Mensah, Wojcik, you'll see Spasojevic as well.
Kennedy, a screen from Wojcik, and that rattles out for UMBC. And slowing it down here is Moses Flowers.
So after not attempting a 3 for the first 6 minutes, the UMBC 2 straight 3-point attempts, and they make 1 of the 2.
There's Flowers now, picked up by Kennedy, another good strong move to the basket. Here's the kick out, open 3, and buried it is Tracy Carter.
Rogers couldn't quite get there for the closeout. Carter knocks it down.
Transfer from LaSalle, 1,128 points in his career coming in. Hartford again leading by 4. Rogers on the take. Rogers underhand on glass and in.
That's good recognition by Darnell. And he's starting to see, you've seen that over the last few games, teams making him shoot the ball, playing the pass, allowing him to drive, and Darnell with a nice finish there.
And that's what John Gallagher said. We're going to make him be a finisher. We do not want him shooting from the 3-point line. There's Carter looking inside. This is Williams now with Kennedy. Quick cross-court pass for Flowers. That's too strong. Wojcik on the baseline pulls it down.
Good closeout by Owens that time to make it a tough 3-point shot.
Jacob Bunyasit has checked in. Nice catch in the corner on the long cross-court. Wojcik up top. He's hit a 3 already. This time he comes inside the arc. Rogers. Nice catch by Owens. Good overplay there by Flowers. Owens for three.
LJ has such a nice stroke from behind the arc.
The Retrievers back in the lead by 1. That is the 65th three-pointer for LJ Owens, who's increased his production every year from distance. Williams with 10 to shoot. They take the 3 over Wojcik. That'll be short. Bunyas hit the rebound. Over up ahead. Wojcik throws it down.
That's just great recognition by the big man. He saw the rebound being secured. He just took off down the floor, got a step on everyone, and the flush.
Wojcik, 4 minutes, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Talk about production. It's a 3-point lead for the home team. High up off the glass. Those Flowers, it's no good, and in the history of college basketball.
And you know, you do what you do to get everything in these last couple of years, as crazy as it's been. And it's just a credit to John Gallagher and his coaching staff getting these guys ready to play.
Here's Wojcik over Kimbrough. Wojcik had a little trouble on the shot, rebounds Kimbrough. And despite all of that, all of the consternation, Hartford is here. They're the defending conference champions, and they know it, and they use that as a chip on their shoulder as they play UMBC today.
It's like Coach Gallagher told us, we're the champions until somebody beats us, right?
Shriver blocked by Wojcik.
No, I think it was Johnson again from behind. That's Nathan's second block. As again, he just keeps contributing in different ways.
Johnson, that'll be a turnover against Nathan Johnson. Travels with the basketball. Yeah, we talk about this all the time. If you only follow the game on the box score, you'll never see what Nathan Johnson does.
Watch that slick little move from behind. He's got a piece of it from the side as the shot was going up. Smart IQ, you know, a high IQ basketball play.
Second team turnover for UMBC. The Hawks have committed 1. These two teams in the top 4 in terms of least turnovers committed. The Hawks, in fact, in America East Conference play just 10 per game. Carter looking for an opening, 10 to shoot. Up top, Shriver, who's been silent so far tonight. Carter rattles around, and Bunyasith will pull it down.
Nice. Those threes have come in and out on both teams so far early in this game.
Wojcik in the corner, and a miscommunication here. And Bunyasith,
pick it up.
Good job here, or else DJ Mitchell would have been off to the races.
Exactly. You just gotta bite the bullet there, pick it up, and just get the turnover. You don't want Hartford to the easy bucket on the other end.
There's Jim Ferry talking about that and telling his team, hey, get it together here. Jim talks about his team's defensive connectedness. You got to be connected on defense, know what everybody's doing, know where to be. And they certainly have, especially down the stretch. They're 11-3 in their last 14 games after starting 1-4 in conference play. There's Williams, cross-court for Carter, and he throws it away.
You know, getting back to that, I just love, when you look at the last 6 for UMBC, I just love the way the offense has been flowing and the way they're running their offense. You know, Coach Ferry always talks about it, you know, run your offense to the open shot, and that's exactly what they've been doing over the last 6. And I love, you know, you talk about certain players. Bunyasith has just been playing with that quiet confidence with everything he does on the floor and confident in every aspect of what he's doing. He's been a big key for them over the last 6 games.
You saw Dmitry Spazijevich checking in, the big 6'9" forward from Serbia. Has really come alive the last 3 games. And he has been aggressive and takes it to the basket. And that's exactly what he's done down the stretch.
How about a little baseline drop step there with the left hand?
Been using both hands the last 4 games. Spazijevich has made 7 of his last 10, now 8 of his last 11 in the last 4 games. Just spot minutes off the bench.
And listen, you heard Coach Gallagher, they're going to give UMBC that. So if UMBC is going to make those shots, it's going to be tough on Hartford here tonight.
Carter with a mid-range jumper. And that ends the drought. The Hawks now trail by 3. It was a 10-1 run for UMBC. Kennedy for 3.
Now that's what Hartford can't have, as Williams was late for the closeout there in the corner, and DeAndre Kennedy makes him pay. And he has been spot on with his long-range shooting down the stretch here this year.
Nice find inside, and converting is Thomas Webley, a native of Christchurch, New Zealand. The 6'10" sophomore forward puts 2 up for the Hawks. Johnson on a nice pass from Rogers won't go. And skying in for the rebound is Austin Williams. Williams inside, backdoor for Webley. That won't go, and a tip by Bunjicic to Spazajevich.
It's just a heads-up play. Bunjicic was not going to get that rebound, but he knew if he could tip it out, he had help on the outside.
Kennedy mid-range. Off the heel of the basket, Williams pushes the pace.
DeAndre rushed that shot, but he could make those shots.
Carter. Webley, very active in his couple minutes here. Mitchell for three. And morning at 11 o'clock.
How about Coach Gallagher talking about his guys? We want to go play at Vermont. You know, our guys want to go up there and play them. And, you know, he's so right about that. I told him 75% of the battle when you play at Vermont is mental.
Yeah, I think the word he used was salivate. We salivate when we go up there to play. Mitchell misses the second of three at the free throw line. DJ Mitchell, a 6-foot guard from Englewood Cliffs, New York, is a career 39% three-point shooter, and he makes 2 of 3 here. So it's a 2-point lead for the Retrievers. Rogers will run it up past timeline for UMBC. Spazajevich still in the game for the Retrievers. Webley still in the game for Hartford, and Keandre Kennedy moved quickly past Flowers, and he commits the foul.
Yeah. Flowers couldn't get around the screen, and when Kennedy got a step, he kind of bumped him on his way towards the basket.
That is the first foul on Flowers, second on the team. Both teams have committed 2 here in the first half. Rogers pulls up, Owens gets free. Right wing jumper no good from 3, and the rebound to Carter.
Second time in the half, the Hawks went for the steal and missed. Owens made the first one, but that time again, the ball goes in the cylinder and then pops back out.
Williams around the paint, picked up by Johnson. And a turnaround off glass and in. And Williams cuts the net. It's a tie ball game now at 22.
That is a tough angle to use the backboard there, and did a nice job there of backing that.
Austin Williams now with 4. Owens open from 3. Retrievers back in the lead.
Just can't keep leaving LJ Owens open. Eventually, he's going to make those.
Owens 2 for 3 from downtown. Retrievers are 4 of 8. Owens leads the game right now with 9 points. LJ Owens averaging 11.5 per game this season. That's the most in his career. He has been at a blistering pace down the stretch. Can you shoot? There's Williams for 3 over Spazajevich. Owens the rebound in front of Flowers.
That was a good adjustment. That's not an easy rebound. It was over his head, and Owens was able to reach back and grab it.
Again, these two teams have made more three-pointers than any team in the conference. Hartford #1, UMBC #2. Owens with a pull-up jumper mid-range, tipped out by Webley into the hands of the Hawks.
Tough mid-range jumper there from Owens from about 18 feet.
Webley getting a lot of time down low for Hartford early in the game as Kimbrough's on the bench. There's Carter. Pull-up baseline jumper is good. Tracy Carter with 7. Retrievers by 1.
That's a tough shot, dribbled away from the basket and then making the pivot and knocking that home from about 15 feet.
Such a good player, transfer from LaSalle, Philly boy, plays that kind of basketball. John Gallagher's from Philly. They think alike, he's the coach on the floor. And a foul called here on the Hawks.
That's why Darnell's such a tough guard, because he's so small, but so strong, and that, you know, he's a veteran, so he gets the step. Carter comes around to try to keep up, and Darnell just, you know, puts the brakes on a little bit, and that's all that little push needs, and then Darnell just gives in, and he picks up the foul.
That's Carter's first foul, 3rd on the team. Bunjicic has checked in. Wojcik has checked in for UMBC. Rogers. The Fevers bring in Matteo Piccarelli, a sophomore, a native of Italy. Started the last game of the season against Binghamton when both Rogers and Kennedy were out and had a big game. 7 points, a 3-pointer, and 4 assists in his first career start.
I think his overall basketball game has gotten better. Obviously came in as a good shooter, but he's really gotten the job done defensively as well, too.
Owens missed on the pass, had eyes in the back of his head on the steal. And let's take a look at Rogers in the corner on the previous play, Paul. Let's see the foul.
This is a unique call. You don't see this too often, but let's see. Darnell kicks his leg out. There it is. Then tries to go down and draw the foul, but he definitely initiated the contact there.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
I've never seen that call.
Action, the call, yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen a player do that. Kimbrough, no call there. Here's Mitchell now. Oh! Wojcik with another block.
Wow.
He is a rim protector in the playoffs. Watch it here.
Yeah, just follows his offensive player over and then gets there and swats it into the crowd.
Fourth row. I guess you got to give that back, right?
Oh, good hustle there. Good hands.
5 to shoot. Hartford needs to be aware. Mitchell, good ball inside for Kimbrough. The defense by Kennedy. Rebound, Bunyasek.
And Kimbrough definitely rushed by the clock. Had more time.
Wojcik. A high percentage shot.
That's just a great look. Eyes up the floor. Wojcik lost his man. He was open, and they found him.
Bunyasek on the assist. Wojcik gets the basket. For Wojcik now 7, 3 field goals and 4 tries. Flowers picked up by Owens. Williams, Wojcik in front of him. And somehow, over Wojcik, lays it off glass.
Just kissed it there off the glass. Nice soft touch. That shot's not easy as well. Sometimes that comes off the front of the rim, but with a soft touch, able to get the roll.
Austin Williams, both ends of the floor, 6 points, 5 rebounds in the game. Everything we thought it would be. The Hawks trail by 1. Owens to the basket, tied up, keeps it alive. Wojcik converts for UMBC.
How about LJ Owens' composure under the basket? Could have easily gone up in a real tough spot under the rim. Instead, composes himself, finds Wojcik on a nice pass, and the big man able to finish.
Shimon Wojcik controlling the paint, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and a block shot.
And the majority of the playing time here in the first half.
Well, Josh Pelletier, the assistant coach, we were talking to him before the game a couple weeks ago. He said he has the ability to just take over games when he comes in. Here's Kennedy now for UMBC. Retrievers up by 3. Bunyasek. Excellent defense by Kimbrough.
And Jacob left his feet. He was going to go reverse, and then he realized the defender on the other side of the rim too late.
Shriver with a pull-up inside the lane. David Shriver, that's his first bucket in 4 tries.
Been quiet here in the first half.
Shriver, the D2 transfer from Alderson Broadus, which is in Philippi, West Virginia. Never even heard of Philippi, West Virginia until Tom Devitt, the assistant coach at Hartford, told us about it earlier before the broadcast. Owens on a miss from the baseline. Rebound Williams as the Hawks trail by 1.
A good pass there by Bunyasek. Retrievers continue to get open shots. Mensa, him, and Spazajevich just get it done.
Carter for 3.
Great screen.
And the Hawks have the lead by 2.
Great inbounds play off the timeout by Coach Gallagher.
Carter now with 10. He's got 2 3-pointers. He's hit 4 of his last 5 after starting the game 0 for 2. Wojcik inside the arc, 2-pointer. He's got 11 on the game.
And we talked about it, right? He fakes the pass to the wing for the 3. The defense leaves him, so he just steps right into a 17-footer and knocks it down.
That is a game-high 11 for Wojcik. Tied at 31, less than a minute to go in the half. Here's Williams trying to break down Bunyasek. Bunyasek stays right with him and collects the rebound.
Good fundamental defense by UMBC, standing their ground, making it a tough shot.
Kennedy, another tough shot there.
Kennedy's been quiet in his first half, and I think he kind of forced that a little bit because he hasn't been involved in the offense in a while.
1 for 5 from the field. Not uncommon, by the way. His second halves have been tremendous all year long. About a 14-second differential here. And somehow Williams parts the seas and lays it up and in.
Got to step in. There was no help defensively underneath for UMBC. You can mix and match all four of those guys with Wojcik on the floor right now.
And he hasn't come off the floor through the first 19 minutes plus in the first half. Kennedy with the basketball, less than 10 to play. Kennedy screen from Wojcik. Kennedy pull-up jumper off glass.
There it is, right? Mid-range jumper off the glass.
Williams at the buzzer.
COVID waiver.
I don't know. Stranger things have happened. We shall see. Ball in for UMBC as we start the second half tied at 33. Rogers back on the floor after 2 fouls straight away.
Well, they don't want to let Rogers shoot threes, but he shot that from the UMBC logo, so wow, good start to the half for UMBC.
And he did that the other day against UMass Lowell, which got UMBC on track. The 27-footer, that one was about the same distance. Retrievers back in the lead by 3. Here's the cross court for Schreiber over Johnson. That rings out. Rebound, Obeng Mensah. Schreiber has not been able to get on track in this game today. Rogers, oh, nice dish. Obeng Mensah strong to the basket, and Kimbrough commits the foul.
Nice feed from Darnell again. The ability to reward his teammates, and Obeng Mensah just finds a way to get to the line.
They have a good chemistry, Rogers and Obeng Mensah. Let's take a look.
That's not an easy pass to make because a lot of times you end up leaving it a little short, a little bit of a long bounce pass, and he ends up at his feet. And that was a nice feed from Darnell.
Obeng Mensah, a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Native of Toronto, Ontario. 1 for 2, and the Retrievers lead by 4.
That's another stat from the first half. Very little free throw shooting in the first half.
Retrievers now 2 for 4. They were 1 for 2 in the first half. The Hawks were 4 for 5 from the line. Schreiber now up top for Carter. Puts a screen on Rogers. Carter over Rogers. That one is short, and Darnell Rogers pulls it down.
I think that's a couple of forced shots to open the half for Hartford.
Rogers, this one is long. And Flowers, that was early in the shot clock.
Yeah, that was a little rush too, but after making that first one, it was a little bit of a heat check for Darnell.
Kimbrough faces the basket with Obeng Mensah. Johnson from behind it, Kimbrough lays it in on the reverse.
Much better offensive set that time. They get it down to the post, and then a nice move to the other side of the rim for the finish.
Kimbrough 3 of 6 from the field. He's got 8 today. Into the hands of Rogers. Spins on Carter. Rogers banks it in.
What a finish. Just sometimes can't figure out how Darnell gets that shot off in the paint.
He's got 5 in the second half, 7 for the game. Retrievers by 4. Nip and tuck all the way in this semifinal game. Here's Williams. Offensive foul.
And a great defensive positioning by Obeng Mensah that time to draw the charge. To answer my own question, Darnell does that, and he's able to do that because he's been the smallest guy on the court since he's been 5.
He's used to playing that way.
Here's the D. Yeah, look at this. Good move. Way to move the feet. You know, every time you move your feet defensively, good things happen.
Rogers very active early in the second half here, and they call it travel here. And that'll be turnover number 7 for UMBC. Something to watch early on. The Hawks have already been called for 2 fouls here in the first half. None on the Retrievers. Again, UMBC, the 12th best free throw shooting team in the country, tops in the conference. Carter gets a screen from Williams. Carter now on Kennedy. Pull up. Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Tracy Carter.
A little step back, 18-footer from the top of the key. Pretty.
He is so smooth. 2-point game. Rogers again leaves it for Johnson. Johnson patient. That's too strong. Mensah can't get it to go. And works hard. Has seen his playing time diminish down the stretch because you just can't take Wojcik out of the game. He's too dominant.
Every time Simone comes in, good things happen.
2 of 4 for Obeng Mensah now for the game as Jim Ferry looks on. His team leads by 3, and it's been this way the whole game.
expected nothing less, right?
Absolutely. These teams in the postseason leave nothing on the floor.
Oh, that was
That's
a tough
Flowers, a rainbow three, rebound Johnson. Now into the hands of Rogers. Gets a screen from Obeng-Mensah. Back to Obeng-Mensah. A nice catch by Obeng-Mensah, and he'll go back to the line.
How did he get that pass through 4 legs?
No idea.
It looked like he was getting caught in the air. Let's take a look. Just changed at the last second. And that's a nice job by Obeng-Mensah to rip it away from Carter to earn the trip to the line.
Now that's the second foul on Carter. So this bears watching here as Obeng-Mensah goes to the line. 2 on Williams, 2 on Kimbrough, 2 on Carter. 4 on the team in the second half. None on UMBC. Flowers sits down, Mitchell comes in. So they lose a little on defense here. And Obeng-Mensah will be at the line for the second of 2. Oh, 3 of 6 from the line for Obeng-Mensah. And the Retrievers are 4 of 8 from the free throw line today. Again, this is a 79% free throw shooting team.
There you go. See, Hartford that time attacked the basket. I thought the first 2 possessions before that, they were just settling for, cheap 3-point shots. That time, nice job getting to the rim and scoring.
Austin Williams defies the defense of Johnson and makes it a 2-point game. Up top now for Johnson. Here's Owens inside the 3-point arc. It's no good. Rebound, no. Obeng-Mensah. L.J. Owens leads his team back out on the floor. The senior, 9 points, 2 of 4 from 3-point distance in 21 minutes in the game. But right now it's Hawks basketball, trailing by 2.
Almost cut.
Shriver to the basket on a nice feed from Mitchell. And David Shriver, the transfer from D2 Alderson Broadus, will go to the line for the Hawks.
That's just a nice cut to the basket, going back door there, and a nice feed. Johnson kind of lost track.
Down the stretch, David Shriver has really excelled from 3-point distance. He was 7 for 14 in the game against Albany, then 7 for 9 in the final regular season game, and then 4 for 9 against UMass Lowell. 4 for 9 in the quarterfinal against Albany again.
0 for 2 tonight, and that was obviously key for UMBC to keep him off the 3-point line tonight.
And not only that, but he sports the Ted Lasso mustache. You gotta love that.
Hey, anybody that can sport the Ted Lasso mustache, come on.
Best show on TV. 1 of 2 for Shriver. The Retrievers still lead by 1. Rogers, pull up inside the lane, off glass.
That time the quick release by Rogers. And again, we talked about Wojcik, good things happening. He's in the game, great screen. Top of the key, the free Rogers down the lane.
7 for Rogers in the second half, 9 for the game. And UMBC up by 3. Williams trying to break down Johnson. Double now with Wojcik in the game. Nice feed, Kimbrough. Wojcik comes over. Too late though, Kimbrough lays it in.
Good recognition, and Wojcik was couldn't get back in time to make a difference.
Rogers again inside. This one will fall short.
Darnell that time had to create space, and when he did that, he kind of threw himself off with the shot.
Carter looking to push. Here's Mitchell stepping inside Wojcik. That shot is off. Kimbrough keeps it alive. That was an air ball, so the shot clock's still in effect. 15 to shoot now for the Hawks.
How can you tell, Gary?
Just had a thought, just had a notion. Carter. Wojcik for UMBC. A rare miss for Tracy Carter. Bunyasif back in the game as Kennedy takes a seat.
And Jacob hasn't attempted any threes either.
Johnson, he hits the 3 at the most opportune time for the Retrievers. 46-42, UMBC, 14 minutes to go. For Johnson, that's his first 3 of the game. He's got 5. Williams looking to drive baseline on Wojcik. Tipped out by Kimbrough. And Carter will keep it alive.
It's okay, it was a tip. It's a tip.
Oh, let's see, wait a minute here. The officials will talk it over. I mean, it should be Hawks basketball, right?
Well, you tip the ball out. It's not backcourt, but if the officials rule he had control of the ball and threw it back, that's different. Let's see. If you just tip it off the glass and back, and that's what he does.
Yeah.
When he tips it back, he doesn't actually possess the ball. And then the issue was it a 30-second reset or a 20, and they put 30 on the clock.
Hawks now with 13:30 to play. Nice give and go. Kimbrough.
Nice move to the basket and get shooting over three.
And again, Kimbrough moved into the starting lineup when Hunter Marks was lost for the year. Right here on this floor, he tore his 5th metatarsal in that game, still wearing the boot. Kimbrough's career high was 14 points the last time these two teams played, the 92-85 UMBC win up in Hartford. He's got 12 here tonight. Kennedy back in the game for the Retrievers. Been quiet tonight with 5. There's Owens now, screen from Wojcik, drives left side of the lane, 5 to shoot. Owens, Wojcik fills the lane. Gonna go to the line for UMBC, and I think this foul will be on Kimbrough, and that could be number 3 on Jared Kimbrough.
And again, it's the Retrievers attacking the basket as Owens penetrates down the lane, draws the defense, and that's a nice job by Wojcik to recognize Owens and cut towards the basket and make himself available for that pass.
That is the 3rd foul on Kimbrough. The free throw by Wojcik is good. 5 team fouls now against Hartford. Let's take a look.
See that cut by Wojcik, and you see the grab right there on the arm. That's a good call. As Kimbrough grabbed the off arm on Wojcik to commit the foul.
Wojcik, an 82% free throw shooter coming in, sinks both.
What a weapon. You know, there's a guy,
Totally.
a big man that can shoot the 3, dominates the paint, and then when you get to the end of the game, by the way, I shoot 82% when I shoot free throws.
14,
so you can leave him on the floor.
14 minutes for Wojcik, 13 points, and Wojcik is fouled by Kimbrough.
No, they're going to call travel.
Are they?
Yes. They call the travel on Wojcik.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Oh, yeah, they are. Let's see. Wow. 20 on the shot clock here as Carter brings it in. Carter working on Owens, little step back, too strong. Tipped out, Carter again. Gets Johnson up in the air. Carter now from 3.
Huge sequence.
Tracy Carter.
Retrievers don't get the call, then don't get the rebound off the miss, and Hartford gets a big 3 to cut it to 1.
Oh, Tracy Carter putting on a show tonight, 15 points, 3 3-pointers for the 7th-year senior. Owens now left open for 3, and the answer.
But LJ with the little ball fake to let the defender fly by, and then the presence to regather square and knock down the 3.
Owens with 3 triples in the game, and he's got 12. UMBC up by 4, less than 12 to play. Shriver now gets free. Rims out, Wojcik on the rebound.
Actually, Johnson tried to grab him, and that could have been a foul call. They let the play go instead, and then he couldn't knock the wide open 3 down.
Kennedy spins on Shriver. Kennedy lays it in.
DeAndre made the spin move, and I don't think he could believe he was open. Nobody stayed with him, and then he was just aware enough to put it back up the left hand right before the defense covered.
It's a 6-point lead for UMBC. Kennedy now with 7. He had 5 in the first half. That's his first 2 here. Mitchell draws the double. Carter, wing 3 won't go. Wojcik underneath. Nice box out on Kimbrough. Wojcik now 7 rebounds. Kennedy spins, turns Wojcik for 3. That's off the heel of the basket. Rebound Shriver.
Good ball movement by UMBC. I thought Kennedy was going to take that ball down the paint. Instead, he kicked it back out. The Retrievers couldn't knock down the 3.
Mitchell drives inside the lane, won't go. Kimbrough this time for lead. Rebound Owens.
And Kimbrough, good position. Thought for an easy putback, he just missed time to jump that time.
Kennedy, he'll pop. It's a 9-point lead.
Little defensive lap there for Hartford. Could not leave Kennedy open. and he makes them pay.
That's a quick 5 in a row for Kennedy, who now all of a sudden has double digits for the 15th straight game. It's the largest lead for UMBC tonight. Williams on Bundeseth, less than 10 to shoot. Baseline now for Kimbrough, turns on Wojcik, lays it strong with the left.
Physically dominated inside that time. Used his physicality, referees letting him play, able to finish with the left hand.
Ties his career high, 14 for Kimbrough. He set the career high against UMBC 2 weeks ago.
That's a huge basket for Hartford.
Kennedy to the basket with Carter. Kennedy draws the foul. 56-49, yes, for the men. That is true. Thank you, Taylor. As Keandre Kennedy hits the first free throw, and there's a look at it. Back in 18, no one will ever forget it. 74-54, etched in your memory. You knew where you were when you watched it.
This is not the 16 over the Hornets, the 20-point victory.
I know, it was a crush.
Just watching the faces of the Virginia players at the end, last 4 minutes, and just stunned. And didn't know what hit him.
Kennedy leaves the second one short. And the Retrievers lead it by 8. UMBC just 7 for 12 from the free throw line in this game. Let's see what that, if that, has an impact down the stretch. Shriver for 3, and that is his first bucket from downtown tonight.
Now, UMBC lost track defensively. They tried to recover, but give Shriver credit for the ball fake, and the UMBC flyby that time, and then Shriver with the finish.
6 for the senior. Also keep in mind Hartford with 6 team fouls here. Still under 9 minutes to play. The Retrievers only 1. Bundeseth will pop straight away.
Doesn't shoot the ball the whole entire game, and then with 8.5 left, shoots it like he's been shooting it all night.
He's like a microwave. He heats up instantly. 60-52, the Retrievers by 8. That's Bundeseth, to your point, Paul. First points of the night. Williams with Rogers, 10 to shoot. Williams, no finish.
Well, Rogers did enough to get the hand in there to alter the shot underneath.
Rogers, quick first step. Rogers all the way!
The only problem with letting Rogers finish is that sometimes he does finish.
Darnell Rogers tonight with 11, 5 field goals. It's a 10-point lead.
Key time in the game right here, 10 points with under 8 to play. Let's see if Hartford has a response here.
Largest lead of the night for UMBC. Williams has 10, but again, bench points, bench minutes, a big difference in this game.
And Gary, we know that Hartford can make threes, but they've been their best offensively tonight when they've gotten to the basket. And again there, Shriver with the 3 in the corner doesn't go down. Shriver
cold tonight. He's got 87 threes for the year, leads the conference. He's 1 for 6 tonight. Kennedy. Rogers gets a screen from Wojcik. Rogers all the way, spinner won't go. And somehow Wojcik comes away with it. Underneath, ball is still loose. Rogers keeps it alive, but now the Hawks will push the pace.
Big defensive stop there for Hartford.
Nice move here. Williams with the reverse underneath, and that's a quick 2 for the Hawks.
Retrievers never got settled defensively, and looks like Darnell Rogers is shaken up.
They had a couple players on the floor. Rogers was on the floor, and Wojcik also. Looks like Rogers elbow maybe hand. Stays in the game. The Retrievers will continue.
At this point, you gotta wonder if all those nice cuts.
It is back door. Kennedy on the assist. Wojcik lays it in.
Darnell's gonna tough it out here. I think Owens is at the table to replace him, but he's gonna suck it up here and try to play some D.
Wojcik now with a game-high 15, tied with Carter. Again, it's a 10-point lead. There's Flowers battling through, and Bundeseth commits the foul.
Again, defensive lapse from Hartford. They double team and leave Wojcik alone. And smartly, Wojcik realizes that his defender left him. He goes right to the basket. And then Flowers earns his trip to the line. Again, getting to the basket if you're Hartford, and he was able to do it that time.
That's the first on Bugis, third on the team. You see Kimbrough checking back in the game as Schreiber sits down. Also, Rogers sitting down for UMBC. You see that right hand, right arm kind of limp.
Really favoring the right forearm, right hand.
And Owens in the game now for UMBC. 2 for 2 for Flowers. It's an 8-point game with 6:20 to go. So Rogers leaves the floor with 11 points, 2 rebounds, a couple of assists. Kennedy, nice backdoor for Johnson.
Yeah.
Left him open.
And if you're going to double, you've got to switch defensively, and they didn't do it. And the question now for Hartford becomes, obviously they can get back in this game offensively, but can they get enough stops defensively to give themselves a chance?
7 points for Johnson, 4 assists for Kennedy. The shot won't go, but a foul on the rebound. That'll be team foul number 4 on UMBC. Let's take a look at Darnell Rogers, what may have happened. I think he landed on his elbow, yeah.
I'll tell you what happened, I think. You know, when you land and you hit your elbow and you hit your funny bone, and then you go numb in your arm. Have you ever done that before?
Sure.
It looked like that's maybe what happened to him.
Well, he'll be back in the game. Looks like he'll be all right. Carter driving, dishing. Williams for 3. It's long. Weak side, good hustle. Or this is Williams. It was a shot by Flowers, and he turns it over out of bounds.
Tough right there. He dribbled it off his foot when he got to the sideline. Good hustle, though, by Williams.
All in UMBC. There's Rogers. Got some tape on it. Trainer does the job.
So Retrievers have gotten 2 easy baskets on switches. Now they're looking for a 3.
Wojcik. That's his second 3 ball tonight.
You know, you just don't believe it. For the big, you just don't believe it. He's not going to shoot another 3 again, is he? Wojcik knocks it down from the top. That's his shot right there, top of the key.
18 points for Wojcik off the bench. Retrievers by 13. Mitchell Long. Who else? Wojcik. Retrievers by 13 with under 5 to go. The Hartford Hawks, I'm sorry, Paul. 18 games in 41 days. You just have to wonder if the tank is on empty. Johnson underneath. It's a 15-point game.
You got to step on Flowers. Again, off the switch, and makes him pay.
Johnson with 9. Kimbrough strong.
Well, that's a good answer.
So good job by Lavelle Sanders, their head coach, and of course the Binghamton squad.
Rogers back in the game. Hartford with the pressure. Darnell's able to break it. Looks like he's going to be okay.
16 fouls on Hartford. The Retrievers with 4.
Retrievers should keep running their offense. They don't want to just hold the ball.
Here's Kennedy, drives. The dish for Owens, 7 to shoot. Owens left open. Now the cross court. Rogers, a bomb from 3. That's long. And the rebound comes down to Williams.
Retrievers don't get the basket, but they run 30, run their offense, and get a good look. That was a good look from Rogers.
Still, Wojcik. And he's fouled by Schreiber. What corner awareness there by Wojcik to anticipate that pass.
He stepped to the pass lane. It wasn't a good pass. And he never really got possession enough to where they could have called it a breakaway foul. So it's a 1-and-1. It's the 7th team foul on Hartford. And as you watch, Wojcik, great recognition there.
It was off, yeah.
And then Schreiber with the smart play. You obviously want to commit the foul there if you're Hartford and make him make the free throws.
The first one home on the 1-and-1. Now Wojcik's career high, as Jim Ferry looks on, is 22 on this floor against Vermont. The free throw here by Wojcik is no good, leaves him with 19 for the game. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists and a block in 22 minutes. Kennedy skies for the rebound.
Great board by Kennedy. He was the highest one off the floor there on both teams.
Handoff Rogers, picked up by Flowers. The clock definitely an ally of UMBC.
Same thing, run your offense, get a good shot, no loose ball turnover.
Johnson left open for 3.
A little wave to the crowd and to move.
11 for 19 from three-point distance. Superior to Hartford tonight. The Hawks are now 5 for 24 from downtown.
Well, and Gary, you know, the game plan was good for Coach Gallagher and Hartford in the first half. They limited the threes, but as the game went on, the Retrievers figured out ways to free themselves up and got it done.
No quit from the Hawks, though. Look at the defense. Johnson underneath is fouled. Could be on Shriver. We'll see the call. It is on Shriver. Take a look at Nathan Johnson.
Great pass from Rogers. You know, the key there to making that shot, Gary, starts with being ready to catch the ball in shooting position with your Johnson. It's exactly what he did. Darnell hit him in the chest, and Johnson really had no time to reload or anything. He caught and shot in rhythm.
Nathan Johnson, the junior from Adel, Iowa. 6.6 points per game. Came into the starting lineup 15 games ago. That was the key decision by Jim Ferry this year. You see Tracy Carter going to the bench, hugging his coach, John Gallagher. The seniors are starting to come out here as they trail by 18. What a career Tracy Carter has had. What an impact he's had on this program. 2 years at Marquette, 2 at LaSalle, 3 here at Hartford. Now here comes, after Tracy Carter, Austin Williams getting a moment with his coach. I'll tell you what, John Gallagher loves his team, and his team loves John Gallagher.
Clearly evident.
1 of 2 for Johnson at the line. There's Williams. He'll come out of the game. The senior from Roseland, New Jersey, a transfer from Marist. Both Carter and Williams, 1,000-point scorers in their collegiate careers. Flowers rejected by Wojcik. And now a foul on Flowers in the backcourt.
This is another efficient offensive effort from UMBC, and this is Wojcik dominating the paint again.
Block number 2 for Wojcik. Rogers will go to the line. The Retrievers on the cusp of going back to their 3rd America East Conference championship game in the last 5 years. They've had 2 at Vermont. The shot by Jairus Lyles, of course, the big one, 65-62. And then Vermont returned the favor the following year, 66-49.
I'll tell you right now, Gary, suppose Wojcik gets into the weight room, puts on about 15 or 20 pounds. He'll be a definite player of the year in the American East candidate without question next year.
Here's DJ Mitchell coming off the floor, the senior from Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey. Rogers with the free throw. It's a 20-point game. Rogers will come out. Big hugs, big cheers for Darnell Rogers, the littlest player with the biggest heart in the NCAA. Mateo Piccarelli in the basketball game. 3-ball put up by Briggs McLean, the 6'4" sophomore from Martinsburg, West Virginia. And it's all over. It's all but over here at UMBC.
Timeout for Retrievers. We'll get some guys in. You know, Gary, this whole last 6 minutes to me has been about the Retrievers being able to run the offense, use some screen and rolls, take advantage of some defensive lapses by Hartford. Meanwhile, on the other end, the Hawks kind of settling for threes and not even in the rhythm of their offense, just taking threes from the outside and not being able to knock them down. That's been the difference over this last 5 or 6 minutes of basketball.
So Gallagher takes out his seniors. There's Moses Flowers chatting with his coach. Here's David Shriver now coming up to his coach. And of course, the Retrievers now taking out their seniors and their starters. Johnson, Rogers, Kennedy, Wojcik will come out now, all of them from the game. The Retrievers now will bring in J.C. Harris, the son of the great Dana Harris. Brendan Davis, son of the great Emmett Davis, coach at Navy. Kenny Sumter, the walk-on transfer from Hartford Community College, will check in. They'll get some playoff time. Sumter launches the 3. McLean will pull it down. The Retrievers will start booking their reservations, more than likely to Burlington. We don't have that official yet, but the Retrievers will be playing on Saturday morning.
Their hands full with the Catamounts, no question. I'll tell you this, Gary, if the Retrievers can run the offense like they have in this past 7-game stretch, they have a chance.
66-40 Vermont with 2.5 left. They can book their ticket. Retrievers are booking their ticket. It'll be another rematch. The 3rd of the trilogy. UMBC and Vermont as Brendan Davis rolls one home. 80-58. UMBC.
Great take to the basket there.
Corner short, Sumter with the rebound. Crowd on their feet now. Student section is packed. Davis, that one is short. Webley will pull it down. Retrievers now in their last 6 seasons, 5 under Ryan Odom, and this season under Jim Ferry. They have turned the program around. UMBC 115-73. Paul, you know it better than anybody. 7 lean years before Ryan Odom took over, and now look what's happened at UMBC.
No, you know, Ryan Odom set the standard here with his tenure, and then left the program in great shape, and Jim Ferry has taken it and ran with it. And it was a slow start this year for these guys, kind of getting to know each other, but this team has gotten better as the season's gone along, and really culminating with a trip to the American East Finals.
Here's McLean for a bucket. You know, I talked to Jim Ferry about this at the beginning of the season because Jim has had a history of reviving programs. He went to LIU Brooklyn and he revived that program. He revived Duquesne as the Retrievers were just running out. I said, what about here? You don't have to revive anything. He said, I know. I want to go every year to the NCAAs. That's what I want to do.
That's a good goal to have.
And he's got him on the cusp of doing that. And there's the 2 head coaches.